that, oh my goodness, can law enforcement get a hold of mine and my family's DNA without a warrant or without a
Right,
subpoena and following the Constitution? Do we
right.
really have anything to worry about here, Denise?
Um, when you leave your DNA in a public place, you don't have the constitutional protection. It's out there in the public domain. So if you have left your DNA at a crime scene, um, I guess her thinking after researching it is that the police do have a right to use whatever techniques they can to identify that DNA. And so the interesting thing when you think about DNA, when back many years ago when the fingerprint came out, a fingerprint specific to a person, your DNA code is specific to a person as well, and it was just groundbreaking for law enforcement. And this is just 1,000 times that. Kind of groundbreaking for law enforcement. But when you really look at a DNA code, what's interesting about it is it's the fragmented representation of all of your ancestors. So you own that code, but you also share that code with a lot of other people. Um, and those people right now on Ancestry and other boards, GEDmatch and the like, are not shy about sharing who they are and who they're related to. And so if you've committed a crime and you've left your DNA at that crime scene, there is a chance in the very near future that the police may look to this kind of research to solve that crime. C.C. Moore is another genetic genealogist that started in the adoption world and had some concerns about the privacy and adoption and whether or not allowing law enforcement in. And when this kind of broke loose and there was a lot of support about it, she went to work for a company called Parabon, and she used all of the skills that she had learned over the past several years working with adoptees. And she alone, from what I've counted in the past year, I think has solved a little under 30 cold case murders or missing person cases that have been just pending and for all this time. So what's happening is you have a lot of dangerous people who committed a lot of very serious crimes who are now either being held accountable or those mysteries are being resolved. You have, unfortunately, victims who've never been identified all this time who have the potential now to be identified and closure brought to those families and those victims brought home to those families. There's a case right now that affects basically Lafayette, Louisiana. There was a case in 1991 in League City, the killing fields, Janet Doe. They've never been able to find out who Janet Doe was. They're now announcing that whoever she was, who she was murdered in 1991, she's connected genealogically to the Acadiana area by certain family names and certain genetic research they've been able to do so far. They haven't gotten a close enough match, but they have enough matches to give us